Okay, so that was kind of rushed at the end of that video, and it might have gotten cut off. So just to recall what we were doing at the end of the video, we did our rise over our run. So we started at one point on the line, whichever point we want, it does not matter which one, and then pick a second point. And to get from one point to the other, I have to do my rise over my run. So I said, well, to get to this point, I would have to go up 2, that's positive 2 is my rise, and then I'd have to go right 1, so that's positive 1 as my run. So now that we have our rise over our run, we have to figure out what the actual slope is, though. We don't want to necessarily have a fraction all the time. Unless we need a fraction, that's fine. So, but 2 over 1, remember, a fraction bar just means to divide. So 2 divided by 1 is equal to 2 whole. So since this can become a whole number, we're going to leave it as a whole number. That means my slope of this line is positive 2. So any point on this line that I pick means that I'm going positive 2 up and 1 right to get there. So let's pick another line to check, another point to check this, because I want to prove a point on this. So I'm going to pick this point down here. I forgot that this highlighter I made small. So I'm going to pick this point right here. And I want to find if that line matches the same slope. Well, if you notice, from this point to this point, I'm not going up, I'm going down. Well, that's fine. You can do rise over run down also. It just means it's going to be negative, yeah. So you start at this point, not at the origin, at the point, and I want to do my rise over my run. So from this point to get to this point, I am going to go rise first. So I can't go up, I'm going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my rise is negative 4. Okay, well, I want to put that over my run. So I went down 4. Now I'm going to go which direction? Left. So I'm going to go left. 1, 2. Well, when I go left on a number line, I know that means I'm going in the negative direction. So right now I went left 1, 2. That means my run was negative 2. So my rise over my run here was negative 4 over negative 2. But I knew my rise over my run, my slope was supposed to be positive 2. Well, let's check, is negative 4 over negative 2 equal to positive 2? I'm really hoping you just said yes. I know you did. I know you said yes. Okay, so we know 4 divided by 2 is 2. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, because that's a bad thing. Happening to a bad person is good. Okay, so my slope worked. So any points I pick on here should have this slope in between them if I'm comparing my rise over my run. So if you notice, you have an example next to you right here. I want y'all to try to do that one completely on your own. So pause the video, because when you unpause it, the answers will be there, and you don't want to cheat. You want to try to do this to yourself, because you'll be cheating yourself. So try to do this next one on your own. Hola! Okay, so hopefully you have gotten your slope. I've got my slope right here, but I'm going to quickly explain it because I want to make sure y'all are on the same page. So remember, to find my slope, I do my rise over my run. You could have picked any 2 points on this line. I just picked these 2. It doesn't matter if you pick the same ones or different ones. My rise to get from this point to this point would be down 1. So I went negative 1 on my rise. So right here, notice that I had negative 1. And then my run was right 3 spots. So notice that my run was positive 3. Well, negative 1 over positive 3, that's not improper. That is just a regular fraction. And we know 1/3 is 0.3 repeating, so I'm just going to leave this as a fraction because it's easier that way. So my fraction would just be negative 1/3. That means my slope, I can go over here and write it, is just negative 1/3. That's it. I can leave it like that. I was just looking at the time and I realized I only have 30 more seconds, and I know I don't want to make another video of this, so this is what we're going to do. You have these other examples on the back. We're not going to get to those right now, so what I want you to do is, for your exit ticket, your entrance ticket on tomorrow, I want y'all to just do A and B here. To find the slope of these, I want you to be careful, do the rise over run, find out what you think the slope is for A and B, bring